What happens when America's beloved icon walks straight into hostile territory and refuses to be intimidated? Today, we're revisiting one of the most explosive moments in daytime television history, a confrontation where Dolly Parton's signature grace collided head-on with Joy Behar's sharp criticism, ending in a shocking on-air walk-off. This isn't just a celebrity clash, it's a story about respect, boundaries, and what happens when someone finally stands up to a bully. Be sure to subscribe, and let me know in the comments whether you think Dolly handled this the right way. The studio buzzed with its usual pre-show energy as Dolly Parton took her seat. Her sequined jacket shimmered under the lights, an unmistakable symbol of the persona she'd embraced for decades. Dolly was no stranger to talk shows, but something about this moment felt different. Across from her sat Joy Behar, wearing an expression that suggested confrontation was inevitable. Joy opened with a smile that didn't quite feel sincere. "You've been making music for nearly 50 years, she said. "Don't you think it's time to update your look? The big hair, the sequins, it all feels very 1970s. Dolly smiled politely, though her eyes sharpened just a touch. "Well, honey," she replied calmly, "I've always believed that if something works, there's no reason to change it. My fans seem to love me just the way I am." Joy leaned forward, undeterred. "But don't you think you're setting a bad example for young women? The focus on appearance, the cosmetic work, the costumes, it doesn't exactly align with feminism, does it?" The tension in the room was immediate. Whoopi Goldberg shot Joy a warning look, while the other hosts shifted uneasily. Sarah Haynes attempted to redirect the conversation, but Joy cut her off. "I'm serious," Joy continued. "You've built your entire brand around looking like a cartoon character. Isn't that shallow for someone who claims to be a serious artist?" Dolly paused, choosing her words carefully. "Joy, I've never pretended to be anything other than exactly who I am. I write my own music. I run successful businesses. I've created jobs for thousands of people. If that's not serious enough for you, I'd say that reflects more on you than on me." The audience murmured in approval, but Joy pressed on. "Come on, Dolly, you can't honestly deny that your success is built on catering to male fantasies. You're basically a Barbie doll with a guitar." Before Whoopi could intervene, Dolly spoke again, still sweet, but unmistakably firm. "It's all right, Whoopi. I think Joy has something she really wants to say. Go ahead, honey. Tell me what you think." Joy didn't hesitate. "I think you're a smart woman who spent her entire career pretending to be less intelligent, to appeal to men. That cutesy Southern Belle act is insulting to women who fought for real equality." The studio fell silent. After a brief pause, Dolly responded softly, "That's certainly an opinion you're entitled to, Joy. But let me ask you something. How many literacy programs have you started? How many children have you helped put through school? How many hospitals have you helped fund?" Joy hesitated. "Oh, but that is the point," Dolly continued, her voice gaining strength. "While you've spent years criticizing women from behind this desk, I've spent my time building women up. My imagination library has given away over 100 million books. I've mentored young female artists and created thousands of jobs, most of them for women. But none of that seems to matter to you because you don't like my hair." The audience was completely captivated. "Real feminism," Dolly said, "is women supporting women. It's judging people by their actions, not their appearance. And it's having the courage to be yourself, no matter how uncomfortable that makes bitter, judgmental people." Joy's composure began to crack. "You're attacking me personally," Joy protested. "No," Dolly replied calmly. "You attacked me the moment I sat down. You mocked my appearance, questioned my integrity, and dismissed my achievements. So let me ask, what message does that send to young women watching right now?" Joy struggled to respond. "A discussion," Dolly continued, "requires respect. What you've been doing is bullying, and judging by how comfortable you seem with it, I can see why the two might get confused for you." The room was electric. "You say I'm selling an image," Dolly went on. "But what you're really saying is that women who embrace femininity shouldn't be taken seriously. That to be respected, women must look and act like men. That's not feminism, that's just another form of control." Joy's voice wavered as she denied it, but the audience had already shifted. "You invited me here to discuss my work and my charity," Dolly concluded. "Instead, you turned this into a personal attack. That isn't journalism, it's insecurity." When Joy finally stood up and removed her microphone, the audience gasped. "I've had enough," Joy snapped, walking off the set. Dolly watched calmly. "And there it is," she said quietly. "When someone can't win with facts, they turn to insults." Once the camera settled, Whoopi attempted to apologize, but Dolly waved it off graciously. "No need to apologize," she said warmly. "Sometimes people reveal exactly who they are. You just accept it and move on. Now, didn't you want to ask me about my new album?" The studio erupted in applause, and that's how Dolly Parton, armed with nothing but grace, intelligence, and self-respect, exposed a bully on live television. Sometimes the strongest response isn't anger. It's standing your ground and letting the truth speak for itself. What do you think? Did Dolly handle this perfectly, or did she go too far? Let me know in the comments.